Whoa! Hospitality is easy when it's new, when there's hype, when everyone's fresh out of training session thinking, yeah, we're really doing this. The real test? Keeping it alive when the novelty wears off, when work gets busy, when people fall back into old habits. So today, we're talking about the thing most companies get wrong. How do you sustain hospitality, not with rules, but with rhythm and culture?
So I think the way that you keep hospitality alive is by talking about it. What gets talked about gets thought about. It can't just be one of those things where you do training on, you get everybody all excited, and then you never talk about it again, because that's how things get left behind.
That's the first rule of scaling anything. If you stop talking about it, your people stop caring about it. And when it becomes a normal part of conversation, it becomes a normal part of culture.
At Payday, we make an effort to bring it up in our daily and weekly meetings. We have discussion questions. We encourage our teammates to tell stories of, external customer service stories that they have encountered in the real world, as well as, things that they may have done for our internal clients. We also, really just make sure that it's in the forefront of everyone's minds.
But here's the truth. It's not just repetition that keeps hospitality alive. It's who you let into the building in the first place.
Yeah, it definitely just needs to be a part of your culture, and it also needs to be a part of your hiring process, right? You want to make sure you're hiring the right people, and people who are naturally wanting to give that great customer service is going to be a short leap into that hospitality.
You can teach skills. You can't teach someone to care. And if you try to force it with checklists, you end up with robotic service instead of real hospitality.
So I think trying to teach somebody is not going to be very, very beneficial for you, because I feel like going back to hiring the right person, it's a trait that somebody, has. And so the difference is when you're inspiring people, it's really just talking about it, giving them, the freedom and empowering them to make these decisions to go above and beyond for the clients. That's a little different from, just checking things off of the list and doing it because they feel they have to.
That's the difference. Checklist service gets compliance. Empowered service gets creativity. And once creativity gets rolling, it spreads.
I think that excitement is contagious. And I think that when you have somebody who is super excited about sharing the information is what is going to get your entire team excited, because it's almost like when one person is super excited to share somebody with you, you feel that excitement and then you want to tell somebody else. And so that's kind of how it spreads within the workplace.
But scaling a culture isn't just about hype. Leaders play a role here too, a huge one.
You really need to have what your basics and core values are and what's expected of, your employees, and making sure that you're hiring employees that fall in line with those basics and morals and company culture that you're trying to achieve. As I've said previously, I think it comes from empowerment. I think you need to empower your employees to, be their true authentic selves so that they can provide that great service for your clients.
And if you want a culture of empowerment, sometimes that means taking a risk on someone before they think they're ready.
I feel like personally, I may have been moved into a position before I was ready, but as an employee, it made me feel valued, it made me feel seen, and it really made me want to do a great job in, those shoes that I was filling.
That's the magic of stretching people. They grow into the trust you give them. Leaders can scale culture by doing something incredibly simple.
So the way that leaders can take one small step in moving in this direction is really simple. Get to know your employees. You really just want to be present and hear what they're telling you. Sometimes it goes a long way when you say, hey, how's your child doing? Hey, you mentioned your puppy. How are they doing? It doesn't matter what it is. It's really just being present and remembering the things that they are excited about and want to talk about, and just making sure that you're making them feel seen and heard.
You'd think this would be obvious, but in plenty of workplaces, it's not even close. And as the company grows, the basics matter even more.
We have to know our product. We have to know our processes. We have to know that we're hiring the right people, and then build layers on top of that, making our experience with our customers better by providing the hospitality is great, but we also have to have the expertise behind it as well.
Scaling hospitality isn't a one-time project. It's 1,000 consistent moments. Hire the right people, empower them, stay present. Talk about it until it becomes second nature. Because if you want hospitality to last, it can't live in a manual. It has to live in your culture.